Alright, so this is the beginning of startup guide number 15, my video number 15. Something that I would like to say at the very beginning here is my Audacity crashed, so I lost the complete narration that I had for this video while I was making it. So I have to go back and redo this narration right now while my character's just parked at where I ended this video. So there's going to be a little bit of a time difference in between both, and in addition to that, there's going to be some information might be lost, or I might, say something, or something might not pop into my head, or something extra might pop into my head. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work. All I know is, I'm kind of frustrated that I lost my narration. It's the first time this has happened with my startup guide, but it's happened with other videos, and usually what I did is I just restarted filming it. But in this case, I don't want to restart the instance and have extra loot in my inventory. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to completely re-narrate this video. Now I'm watching my video as I go now, and I'm fighting the pack of 4. So one thing you want to keep in mind when fighting this pack of 4 is they're a little bit of a pain in the ass. One thing that I didn't mention in the previous video that I'd like to actually mention it now is I've noticed when it comes down to looting, when it comes down to killing the mobs, say especially if you're on your, depending on what class you're on, like as on my rogue, one of the things that I like to do is I like to loot as I regenerate energy when I'm AoEing everything down. Or like, for example, now that I'm on my warlock, I like to loot while my dots are killing the mobs. It just saves a little bit of time, because if you're looting while the mob is dying in the first place, then you're pretty much just, you're saving the time having to loot after the mob dies. So that's one of those things that it's something little to keep in mind. Now I'm pretty much about to fight the king now. The king, as I was mentioning in my video at this time, I can look at it and pretty much realize where I was. As a warlock, I mentioned that you need to get set up for this boss. Get full health, full mana, and you should do that pretty much whatever class you are. You don't want to charge into this boss with little to no, not being 100% ready. Another thing that I mentioned is if you have your PvP trinket for this boss, having your PvP trinket will actually make this 30 times easier, because he does this really, really annoying stun right there. And as you can see, I trinketed it right there. And then you'll be able to fight him during the period of time that he is during that period of time where he would normally have you stunned. He doesn't fight you, so you'll be able to attack him and deal damage to him while you're stunned. Now, of course, you'll only be able to trinket one of these stuns unless you're a class that can break multiple stuns. But that's something to keep in mind. As you can see, I'm not having much difficulty with the boss this time around, so that's an extra bonus, or not rather an extra bonus, but depending on how lucky you are, how well you kite the boss, and stuff like that, will determine a lot of things. As you can see, I didn't even really use the demonic circle during that whole entire fight, because it wasn't very necessary. And as I mentioned before, if you didn't kill the Scourge Hulk before, you will need to kill him now. Let me switch to the next video. Killing the Scourge Hulk still. Something else that I would like to say is, I don't know if it's just for that video, but my frame rate completely dropped. Hold on, I need to actually tab into the game and see. Huh. In that video it shows my frame rate to be completely crap. I don't know why. But okay, the frame rate is really low at that point in time in the video, but it's nothing that's going to affect too much. So I actually don't know where I left off, so I'm gonna have to kind of blindly narrate now. One thing that I'd like to add is, I think I talked about this in the other video, is you want to, if you don't have skinning, you can also have herbalism, which will also make you pretty much just as much money as skinning, because herbalism will allow you to it'll allow you to gather the Ice Thorn and the Lich Bloom, which are sometimes around Utgard Pinnacle. And if you're able to gather the Lichborn and Ice Thorn, they're both used for inscriptions. So you'll be able to, inscriptionists will be able to mill them up and then use the ink in order to make glyphs. So they'll pretty much always be in demand unless Blizzard adds in something that would eliminate the the wrath of the wrath inks, which are used for like primarily all of the glyphs. If Blizzard adds in anything like that, then obviously that's going to change. But for the time being, the herbs will sell pretty much just as well as the skins. So that's something that's something you want to keep in mind when it comes to farming. When it comes to farming here. I'm just fast forwarding my video right now to see if there's anything that I missed in this narration. I think I mentioned that I'm not really a warlock player. I'm not really a big caster player. So if you see me screw up from time to time, then that's why. I'm pretty sure I clicked the wrong ability coming up in one of these videos. But as I just said, I'm not. Warlock is not my main. Paladin is my main. I don't like casters at all, and I never really did like the warlock class. The only reason I leveled him is to farm on him. So besides that, I can't really remember what else I said. I really hate when I lose my complete narration because it just puts me at a complete loss. Yeah, I can see in the video where I clicked the wrong ability. Oh yes, I was mentioning being able to farm more than just the Utgard Pinnacle. That was one of the main things that I was talking about. I was mentioning that say you want to farm, I don't know, say you want another achievement, because Utgard Pinnacle, just farming it nonstop is starting to get extremely boring. Say you want an achievement from Gundrak. Say you want an achievement from Draktheron. You want an achievement from Halls of Lightning, Halls of Stone. Just say you want to run another instance because you just feel like grabbing that achievement, or you just want to change the scenery. That's perfectly okay. I mentioned before that Gundrak will be a really good instance to farm, especially if you have skinning, as with Draktheron. Halls of Lightning, no trade skills will benefit you besides tailoring, and also the very first boss of Halls of Lightning is kind of frustrating, so that's also something to keep in mind. Also, the second boss is easy. The third boss, Ionar, whatever the frick his name is, he's a little bit annoying because he disappears at 50%, and then you got to run away from all the little lobby things, and then you got to run back to him, so that's a little bit of an annoying fight. Loken is in fact easier to kill than the king of Utgard Pinnacle, so it doesn't matter that much which instance you decide to run, as long as the instance drops Frostweave and it's a kind of higher level instance. Like, don't run Utgard Keep and expect to make a lot of money, because Utgard Keep is going to give you like not even a full stack of Frostweave in a single run. Neither would the Nexus, but the Nexus will give you a lot of skins, but they're mostly going to be Borean leather scraps rather than Borean leather, so it's not going to net you that much, as much money as you would hope it to. I'm trying to think of what other instances there are. Ultimately, if you excuse me, burped. If you want to farm another instance and you don't know if it'll be good, and I have not talked about it, just send me a message on YouTube, and I'll just say, hey, I really want to farm XXX instance instead of Utgard Pinnacle. Can you tell me if it's any good? And I pretty much know everything about each of the instances, so I'll be able to tell you. I'll be able to map it out in my head. I might even run it a few times to help give you the most accurate average as possible. So, just feel free to ask me anything. I'm very helpful. I will answer your questions. So toss me a private message if on YouTube, or even an email if you want to send me an email. You can find the email address on my website, which also you can find my website in the description. I have a link to my website in the description for every single one of these videos. So that's something else to keep in mind. Another thing that I think I was talking about in this video, or I talked about it in the last video, at the very end here, I'm going to show you where to fly in order to mail all of your items to auction character while still keep your character in the vicinity of Utgard Pinnacle. That's something else to keep in mind, but I pretty much ran out of things to say for this video, so I'm going to stop this narration a little bit short. This narration has been going on for maybe, let me check, 9 minutes and 30 seconds, and the video is 11 minutes and 40 seconds long, so the extra little bit's going to be all silence. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't do anything about that. I lost my previous narration, and I don't know how to get it back, even though Audacity tells me that I can get it back. Hopefully it doesn't crash this time, because then I'm going to be really frustrated. But, yeah, that's, we'll end the video right here, and then we're going to be starting it up. When I start the next one, I'm standing, like, right in front of the trophy room, I think it is, which, yeah, I'm standing right in front of the trophy room. So, yeah, I'm gonna hop into that video now. I'll start making that one. I managed to talk for an extra minute. We're almost at 10 minutes and 10 seconds now, but yeah, I'm gonna start that video now. So I'm gonna end this narration. Hope it doesn't crash. So yeah, I'm gonna start the next one right now.